You guys blew up my last video, so here we go. Per request, here are 6 more minutes of useless League of Legends information. If you leave your base without a trinket, it'll give you one automatically after you leave your base. Rumble on the blue side has a 50.1% win rate, but on the red side, he only has a 45.3% win rate. Pyke gains 1 bonus move speed while he's in the river. The Drake can also be seen on the top side of the map at around 1 minute and 20 seconds. If you type in the chat as Anivia in her egg form, she'll come up as Eggnivia in the chat. The same thing happens with Meganar. Ziggs is afraid of Jinx, but at the same time, Jinx wants to hug Ziggs because he's so fluffy. Wukong was Master Yi's student, and not just his student, but his prized pupil. Additionally, Yi was actually the one who gave Wukong the staff he uses. Ornn can break some obstacles with his E, such as Jarvan's ult. This also works with York's cage, Anivia's wall, Trundle's pillar, Talia's wall, and Azir's ult. Those are the ones I know of. There might be more. The metal piece stuck to Sion's jaw is Jarvan's crown. It takes 13 seconds from when you are damaged by another champion for a death to count as an execution. It takes 20 seconds on ARAM. Vi's and Jinx's background are the same on the splash art. The only difference is the city is destroyed in Jinx's photo. So this wasn't my last one, and I had to look this up because a lot of you commented on it. Fizz's shark is named Chomper, but there are different names for it depending on how far the ult goes. The tiny shark is named Guppy, the medium shark is named Chomper, and the big boy shark is named Gigalodon. However, in Runeterra, the shark was named Longtooth, as you guys mentioned. So I guess it just has 4 names. Thanks, Riot. Lysandra used to tell an entire story if you waited long enough after an ARAM game was over.
The howling abyss. A bottomless crevasse surrounded by an ancient fortress.
Rammus is a god in the lore, and the people celebrated him by spending the day somersaulting around. If you press F while playing Teemo, you can gain 69% of your health back. The item with the highest win rate is Zhonya's at 53.9%. Tryndamere was made by Mark Miro's EverQuest character. Mark is the co-founder and co-chairman of Riot Games. Additionally, Ashe is named after his wife Ashley, which is also why Tryndamere and Ashe are married in lore. Vayne is the only champion in the game to have absolutely no AoE. This includes any crowd control abilities. Some argue that Trundle and Warwick are also a part of this, but Trundle's pillar and Warwick's sphere have AoE CC. Ryze can ult Zac in his blob form, and even ult individual blobs. Additionally, Bard can also ult Zac's blobs, making them unkillable, but the blobs will still continue to move. The Rylai's Crystal Scepter is named after a Dota hero named Crystal Maiden. She specializes in ice-based crowd control abilities to slow and disable her opponents. When Lulu polymorphs someone, their title and chat will change to Harmless Critter, and the name will also change depending on the Lulu skin they're using. Tom Kench can get the Scuttle Crab to dance. Thresh gains 2 souls when he kills Nunu, 1 for Nunu and 1 for Willow. Now this is the same case for Sejuani as well. However, in the past, Sejuani only gave 1 soul, which created some running jokes in the community. When Jinx is on the opposite team of Vi or Caitlyn, there's a buff called Catch Me If You Can, which counts how many times they've taken each other down. They'll also gain 1 extra bonus gold when they kill each other. Do you remember when I talked about Tom Zillies Caldwell from my last video, the creator of Zillion? Well, he was against the idea of Volibear being added to the game, so before there was a special interaction between the two called Chrono Keeper Hater. Volibear's message read, "Not even Zillion could keep an armored bear out of the League of Legends." And Zillion's message read, "In my day, we would never have allowed an armored bear into the League of Legends." Additionally, Volibear gained 11 extra gold for killing Zillion, but Zillion only gained 10. Zillion Man's got gypped. When Heimerdinger uses his ult, he gets a buff called Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, which is a reference to Daft Punk's Harder, Better, Faster song. When Lulu uses her E on an enemy, they get a message called Pix's Assistant. This is a reference to the Navi from The Legends of Zelda. Darius and Draven are brothers, Katarina and Cass are sisters, and Garen and Lux are brother and sister. A long time ago, before it got patched, you used to be able to pull off a very long hook using Thresh's Lantern and Blitzcrank's hook. This should totally be added back into the game. If Heimerdinger gets a pentakill, he gets a buff called Eureka. Fiddlesticks' ward can be used to take Skarner's crystal, but you won't get the gold. Victor created Blitzcrank in an attempt to help the citizens of Zaun. You can see an old item in the item shop called Heart of Gold. Its unique passive used to be that it would give you 5 gold every 10 seconds. The longest League of Legends pro match was 94 minutes and 37 seconds, and the game took place on January 20th, 2018. And it wasn't like it was 2 scrub teams playing, it was SKT and Jin Air.
I think they finally done it! 94.5 minutes on the clock. They take it home, and Jin Air Green Wings take down SKT.
At the same time, Teddy set a creep score world record for the most CS in a professional game with over 1400 CS. That's insane. Now, the shortest professional League of Legends game was an insane 8 minutes and 20 seconds. This game was with Samsung Ozone versus Team Dark. What happened was Dark tried to get an early invade, but it went south real fast, and then Samsung managed to break their base within 6 minutes of the game. At that point, Team Dark just started trolling and dropping wards all over the place. Mage Bot Lane 1 is a Karthus player who holds the world record for the most kills in a ranked flex game. The game took 232 minutes. Even though it was obviously a setup, it's still kind of impressive considering he was averaging 17 kills a minute. Also, I'm pretty sure the Riven on the other team also holds the record for the most deaths at 1,101. It's bringing intentionally feeding to a whole different level. Zyra's plants and even herself as a champion used to slightly grow when hit by Leona's passive Sunlight. The blue side has a 51.6% win rate on ARAM, while the red side only has a 48.4% win rate. The red team is slightly more likely to get Baron, while the blue team is slightly more likely to get Rift. The highest ranked player currently is Avalanche with 1740 LP. While the idea of Akali hitching a ride using her E is fairly common, did you know Wart can do a similar trick with his Q? Speaking of which, Cannon Minion just posted a video talking about this, so if you want actual useful information, go check him out. If Senna and Thresh are on opposite teams, a secondary event can be triggered called Sentinels of Light Don't Fear the Dark. In order for this to happen, Senna must have 100 misstack. If Thresh dies within 3 seconds of being damaged by Senna, she'll receive 30 AP and 30 armor. If Senna dies, then Thresh will get 40 AD, 50 attack range, and then plus 30% crit chance. You can see a stone carving of Baron in the Baron pit. Pool Party Lee has a watch on his left wrist even though he's blind. Kaisa's favorite fruit is peaches. Anyways, that's 6 more minutes of useless League of Legends information. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Also, you may have noticed I used some of your comments that were included in the last video, so huge shout out to you guys. I learned a lot, so thanks for sharing that info. I didn't want to post your name for privacy's sake, but I did credit you in the description, but if you would like your name removed from there, just feel free to send me a DM. Anyways, I wish you all a happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!